My fellow Americans, wake up. What I'm about to tell you is some of it will shock you, some will make you very angry, some of it will upset you, and some of you just think that I'm some kind of nut. Everything I'm going to tell you is the absolute truth, and why isn't anybody else telling you the absolute truth? And people are telling you the absolute truth, but not totally. They're telling you the political correct truth, like Rush Limbaugh, Len Beck, Bill O'Reilly, which I'll talk about later. You're going to watch a film called Joseph Schultz, and I make myself an analogy to Joseph Schultz because I will be killed for saying this truth. Joseph Schultz is a true character in the Second World War. He was a teacher in the German army, and he was a soldier, a good soldier, but as you'll see, he could not kill innocent people, mostly Jews, just not under the combat guidelines, and you'll see what happens to him. I'm not going to tell you. You can watch it yourself. Okay, now, I don't promulgate violence, so before I even tell you what I'm going to tell you, it's not because the FBI would come and arrest me for encouraging violence, and by the way, they can do that, but it's not because of that. It's because violence doesn't work. There's numerous people that have tried violence. There's a great organization called Army of God that doesn't believe in abortions, and they've killed abortion doctors and nurses, and abortions still go on more than ever. They don't achieve anything with violence, and not in this day and age. So violence is not the answer, and I'll even tell you what the answer is later. So you can't interpret what I'm saying as to encourage violence, because it's going to make you very angry. Okay, I'm going to give you syllogisms, that cannot be argued. And what's changed the world is American politics, and because they're all lawyers, they give you false premises. What's a false premises? It's a lie, but it's told in such a way that you believe it. So you're going to hear me refer to that. Please understand, all of this is truth, logic, and a lot of wisdom. 19 years of college education, 5 degrees, 60-some years being out there, an ex-Marine, writing 2 books. I have a captain's license, a jet pilot license. I can go on and on and on about myself, but it's not important. I'm going to try to get you to think and tell you the obvious truth. Okay, here's the statement that you must know. American politicians are Machiavellian communists. Who are Machiavellian communists? They're mass murderers. They're thieves. They're stealers. They're rapists. They're men that believe in the philosophy, and you'll see a little thing of this later, of quote unquote for the good of the all. Everything they do is for the good of the all. They don't think they're evil. They don't wake up and say what kind of evil thing they're going to do. But 99% of them are evil. And that includes most Republicans. Probably the only person that I've seen in politics that doesn't believe in the Machiavellian philosophy of the good of the all. Machiavellian was a character of the 16th century. I'm going to talk fast, by the way. I have a lot of information to give you, and before they kill me, I want to at least give you some of it. Is Sarah Palin's probably the only person, if you listen to her talk, she's for the good of the individual, which makes for the good of the all. The good of the all is a false premise. It's based on false premises. I can go on for hours on why it's so false. First of all, numerous nations have tried this throughout history. Thousands of years ago, the Egyptians was a world power. The Turks, the Greeks, the Romans, they all have tried the same philosophy. It doesn't work. It does not work. It's never worked. And the reason why it's a false premise that it could even ever work is because it takes freedom away from people. People, animal kind, need freedom. I'll give you an example later on in another video and explain that to you in more detail. You can't keep taking freedoms away from people. They go crazy. They commit crimes. They kill people. They take drugs. You have to let people have freedoms. Of course, there's problems with freedoms, okay? But there's freedoms. There's problems in any society. Righteousness and correctness is all subjective. Okay, so what are you going to do about this? This philosophy that dominates the political world and part of the media. Probably the only people that don't are people on Fox News. They're giving you at least part of the story. Now, what's some of the proofs of their philosophy? Well, one is this Dr. Emanuel on Obama's staff, and listen to what he said. He talks about taking away the Hippocratic Oath and looking for social consciousness in practicing medicine. Medicine is practicing individual medicine with one doctor and one patient, or a team of doctors and patients, and it's trying to save their life or better their life. It's very much not Machiavellian, but this Dr. Emanuel says he wants to turn away from it. Mrs. Obama during the campaign, God bless her, she on Larry King, you can go back and look at the tapes of it, she said, for the good of the all one time, and he covered it up and went real fast over it, Larry King did. Okay, another proof, I'm going to give you a lot of proofs, okay, is police actions. The American government started police actions after the Second World War, and they're devastating. They kill your children, and they torture your children. And let me make something clear to you. It's usually a 5 to 7-1 ratio of versus killed versus wounded. Everybody that's wounded, and I know I fought in Vietnam, I was wounded 3 times, you suffer, you torture the rest of your life. It's torture, believe me. Okay? So American politicians are torturers. Why do they do these police actions? It's kind of, why would they want to do it? Because they're somewhat, with this philosophy, invalid philosophy of false premises, they're somewhat sick. Okay? They want to control, they don't just want to control you in the United States of America, they want to control the whole world. They figure if they control the whole world, it'll be better for us here. It's not so much that they care about these people at all. Okay? It's just a fact. It's obvious fact. Listen to the true news. Listen to Fox News. You'll see proofs of what I'm telling you every day and every moment. And how do you stop it? Well, Rush Limbaugh, by the way, he's been trying to stop it, but he won't come out with the total truth. He won't say it like I'm saying it. He says it in quiet ways. And some of his early broadcasts, I never forget, he used to talk about, the whole military was being built to kill and form a line and move forward on the line. Wars are fine if you need to fight a war, but these police actions are devastating. Devastating. Every parent out there has got to wake up. They kill and torture people beyond comprehension. The Korean War, the Vietnam. Look at Korea. Look at our most dangerous enemy now. They have the capabilities of delivering an atomic bomb, and they have atomic bombs. Iran will certainly have it quickly. Police actions are the worst thing in the world that any nation can do. Now, what do you do about it? Okay? There's 4 things you do about it. First is disseminate, make my video here and my subsequent videos, make tapes and get them to as many people as you can, even people you don't like. Start spreading the word. And get as many people to watch the YouTube presentation as possible. Start spreading the word that way. They'll cut that off soon, and then they'll come and kill me, of course, just like Joseph Schultz. And I'm going to willingly die. Okay, I'm not going to, I'm not going to say anything more about that. But start acting individually in community organizations, and you have the power to vote. Don't tell these people they're wrong. Tell them you're going to vote them out of office. And you go to these town hall meetings, I hear them make objections on your 1,000-page law, you haven't read it. That's absurd. Say, Mr. Congressman, Mr. Senator, I'm going to vote you out of office. I'm going to submit petitions. I'm going to go to the media. I'm going to not buy your products. Scare the heck out of them. Anything that they're associated with, any means of their millions, they're all millionaires, tell them you're not going to buy their products or services anymore. They'll get frightened. They'll get most frightened when you tell them you're going to vote them out of office, and they'll never be in office again. Okay? And the third thing you must do is you must get other people to do the same thing. It has to be done in large numbers. And the fourth thing to do is reform free elections, and I'll explain to you that in a later video. There's no free elections. If you don't believe me, just write away for the state government or federal government and get the papers you need to run for an office. It's ridiculous. You have to be a multimillionaire. They send it in a truckload. You have to be a multimillionaire to hire attorneys to interpret it. That's not free elections. You can do free elections very simply in this country by making people pass a test and then have a set amount of money that they have to run for their senatorial campaign or whatever. Okay? There's solutions to these problems. But you people have been stymied by, they treat you like morons, and you treat people long enough like morons, and they act like morons. So peacefully you can solve this problem, and I'm going to continually give you truths and bring back America like it was, and a free place, a place that was the best nation in the world. It's going down fast, and if you don't act soon, I won't see it, by the way, but you'll lose this great nation. So the next tape will be more proofs and more proofs and more. The reaction to the proof is exactly the same. It's peaceful. Vote them out of office. Vote them out of office. Scare the hell out of them. That's what